Well, hello, it's me, Naiad, and this will be Scars versus WBG. I think they're a part of Group C, but let's just move back a little bit. The map ban will be Lakeside Village, and it does seem like we're going to allow WBG to choose the map that they want the most, and it does seem like it'll become Ever Sleeping Town. We're gonna go with cant for this one, so don't mind my ugly face if you can. And then onto the ban picks we go. We're gonna have YMM coming out from WBG side. From Scars, it's gonna be Mone, Source, Sinami. I don't know, in CN they call him Sinami even though it's Shinami. I guess Sinami, and then Pione. And then moving on, we're gonna have our first Seer and Anti-Current pick alongside with a Priestess ban. Priestess ban in big maps like this means one thing: Dream Witch will not be played. And of course the next would be the Mercenary and our Entomologist. Now here comes the biggest issues of all between the players as of now, and that really is the fact that if we're gonna ban Ento and a Merc, it seems like this is either gonna be YMM's Naiad or YMM's... No, I don't think it'll be a Joseph. I think this is more or less of a Naiad. So if YMM wants to run Naiad here, of course first officer will be banned right here. We want a fail rescue here from YMM's side. But if you really want to do that, Wilding wouldn't be too I don't think Wellbeing would be a good idea to rescue against a Naiad. GK here will be the best choice as our third rescuer. If GK gets chased first, at least we can still sell and guarantee the tie. But GK getting chased, I would say it's quite high, but then we decide to pull out a forward instead. I guess it does make sense pulling out a forward for the mid-kite harass. We're gonna have 2 assists here, 3 assists here, even though Seer is considered as a mini assist. And of course a Psychologist can heal globally, Seer with an L globally, and then we can have our Anti-Current. And of course our forward harassing here. The biggest problem, or even the biggest issue here is, when you pull out dash forward, you're gonna be able to mid-kite harass, but we're probably not going to be able to balloon rescue. So for Mone right here, he needs to utilize his balls mid-game to allow his survivors to contain after all that, which is why forward is not as meta anymore. It's simply because of the fact that back then when you have your pallet speed boost, at least you still save balls, at least you can still contain. But now with forward, if he does decide to bring Tide, muscle memory doesn't actually help out the man that much at all. So for YMM here, coming in with a Naiad definitely is the best choice of all. You can make a huge abyss just to counter the harassers in general. They come in for balloon rescue, and if you want, get that mischievous up. It'll work. Oh, okay, I did not want to see that for my MM. Ugh. Things we do on streams keeps them on stream. We don't bring them to tournament, please. Anyways, moving on. YMM coming out with a Naiad here isn't too bad. I would say chasing after forward would be the best choice. Forward or Psychologist. If Psycho here brings Windows speed boost, then I feel like Psycho can actually contain the Naiad for like at least 4 to 5 harpoons before she downs. Let's just say 4 to 5 harpoons before she downs, bare minimum, if she brings Windows. But if she brings Tide, then it's gonna be a whole different story here for Psychologist. Right, Psycho with Tide, it's good to tie kite against characters that needs to be tie kited against, but for Naiad you really use Tide to counter. But for us, it does seem like YMM will be spawning in Graveyard for this one. As of now, I didn't really check everything else there, but chasing either after a forward or Psycho will be the best courses of actions here. Seer will just give him unlimited owls, so it's not the best option to look after Seer. But if you really do decide to go after Psycho, what you're really willing to bet on is can you get him down without 4 hits and just 3 hits instead. Then this is WBG versus SC Scars. This will be day 5 match 1 game 1 first half of SC versus WBG, as we do see here as well. Psycho brought Tie Turner. Now let's see if Psycho's good with Tie Turner then, shall we? Moving on. Now then, moving on, this is going to be Scars vs WBG for day 5 match 1 game 1 first half. We're going to have Naiad coming out from YMM side, and it does seem like Pione will be immediately the first chase here. Naiad looking down to stack his Hunter's Instincts. This will be an Insolence Detention Naiad, of course with 1 stack of Rage. I'm not wrong, not being able to get the hit right there. Pione successfully getting that pallet down is very nice. Very nice pallets in early game, already denying the first harpoon there. But it does seem like from our Psychology psychologist side, she wants to rotate out of this area considering the fact that YMM is trying to make a huge puddle right here. It's not a bad idea, but the problem here is he will be getting an owl assist there to maintain at a full health advantage there. From Scar's side, a very nice owl giving out from Tsunami's side, but for our Pione here, it's going to be a tight psychologist. This is gonna hurt quite a bit for the Psycho though. I assume that they guessed Ford will be the main containment for early game if let's say if the Dream Witch comes out, which is why the psychologist actually has tied. But for YMM right here, banning the I mean, let's be fully honest with ourselves, right? Banning entomologist simply means Naiad is coming out. I just think that Naiad is gonna come out. If you're gonna ban entomologists, there's no point in Dream Witch banning entomologists anyways. But back to the game we go. Gets a very nice mind game right there from YMM side. I'll hit right over the pallet, but of course with Pione here as well, stress is almost down, and there's gonna be a huge pull here for Pione to deal with. He's not able to rotate out here at all, but at least it is a current. I think YMN used at least 5 harpoons here. There has been at least 5 harpoons being used here. The 6th harpoon will be coming out here just so we can make a huge ass puddle here, just so you know our forward can come in to harass. Now it comes in with a puddle right there, forward having a 78-80% moisture level, immediately cheering our psychologist here. Psycho will be cheered immediately, but thankfully 3 Cypher's machines will be popped. As of now, it does seem like it's more of a tie game compared to a win game from either side. Both sides honestly just have honestly just had you know, both sides just have an equal advantage points right now. So for them, if any of them wants to aim for more, YMM here has to be able to get a terror shock, which I think is highly unlikely. There's a higher chance of getting a moisture damage and fail the rescue instead of terror shock. But with what we're seeing right here, forward at 95% moisture level, pull that a little bit bot just so you can get out before getting double down right there. Their Cypher machines isn't enough. It does seem like Sora is going to come in with a overtime here, trying to harass and allow Pione to basically rebound Kai. But with Sora right here coming in with an 80%, but like you can still fly. Hey, whoa, whoa. Hey, where is your flywheel? Why are you flipped and then you swept? Why are you doing this to me? Pione though, that has to be very careful here, but successfully being able to struggle free right here. YMM still has blink though. YMM still has blink here, so everything is still a-okay. For what has to happen here is YMM needs to make a bit of a puddle here, just because it's kind of needed. Oh, he did the jump over. So. No, you were too close. What are you doing? You were too close. Oh my, okay. Well played. Well, you know what, YMM, I'll give you YMM, GG. If Sora is able to, if he got that flywheel up properly, this could have been a 4-man endgame, but now it does seem like it'll end up as a 3-man endgame instead, as we do see as well Sora coming in with the rescue, not getting any moisture there, which is a really thankful thing. But as we do see as well from the other side, Tsunami one coming with a rescue as well, but we did not get a hit on towards our anti-current. Then I'm looking for the Seer as of now, throws the harpoon right out here immediately. We need to dash on towards Sora, dashes on towards Sora, gets our harpoon back, getting the harpoon back right here, but Seer miscalculated everything and it ended up as a terror shock and the moisture down. Oh, feck off. Oh my god. Oh, you donuts. I literally just said getting a terror shock has a lower chance of getting a terror shock is just a lower overall chance. Why are you doing this to me? Now then, cheering Sora, cheering Tsunami, we do seem to see that Mona is still decoding because he has a full ball. It does seem like they want to go for an end game here instead. But even whether or not we pop the Cypher here, I think it's still best to look for a needle in this type of situation instead of popping the Cypher. If you at least look for a needle, Naiad still needs 2 hits on towards you. But as we do see here as well for Mona's side, looking in towards the box, let's see what he's gonna get. It does seem like he's gonna get out of the box immediately right here, decides to not touch the chest anymore as of now. YMM also realizing that there is going to be, oh, did he see? Oh, he didn't see. Okay. Well, now then, heading towards the Tram right now, being angry at Tramcoon. Of course, we are all angry, and it does seem like YMM will be letting the anger out for all of us, of course. But with Mona right here, that's gonna be a 1 hit down. I don't really think that's like that much of a great idea right there. Now that's a immediately burst down, but for Mona you still do have ball, decides to pull a ball out here immediately, but for Naiad, who moves fast, did not really get the hit right there, but Naiad can make a huge pull in this area regardless of what happens. Now with 3 seconds left, oh wait, 91%, decides to pull a little bit of a ball right. Hey, you could have pulled in dungeon. Oh, they don't know where dungeon is. You know what, they probably don't know where dungeon is. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, they probably don't know where dungeon is. And of course getting a mini burst down right there. Let's congratulate YMM, cracking the knuckles at the neck right there. Congratulations for the win. Moving on towards second half. Okay folks, second half we go. Now we're gonna have Miraike coming out as usual from Scar's team. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But with the first span, as we know from Miraike as well, this definitely will be a Naiad, so which is why they're gonna get entomologist out. Miraike wings 2 hunters. Naiad, wax artist. These two are the main ones he play. Getting entomologist out, counters wax artist. Get Iron, just get Iron to play Seer. Flywheel Seer, done. Everything is just done and over with. Sorry, I just need to reply to this. So yeah, no, then with the second two, yeah, this is going to be Naiad. Very similar to YMM's band, but yes, this is going to be a Naiad as of now. For WBG, it does seem like they have done their homework. Getting the forward out once again. It seems like Iron will not be playing forward anymore, because like, from what I know, right, Iron plays forward, Iron plays a Seer. If we have seen IVL 2 years ago, Iron's forward was absolutely a mess, but at least it has gotten really better now. So it really depends on what WBG prefers right here. For Hui, who he mains is, we need to get that anti-current out. We're only missing an anti now. Deciding to ban the embalmer just so they can't get a tie. But for Hui, deciding to get an acrobat, it is a much safer option against, let's just say that it's a much safer option against a Naiad. But if we get the wax artist out, then there's a huge chance for Miraike to chase after MK here, who's gonna run acrobat. So I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I still genuinely do think that maybe getting that anti-current out will be a better choice, because anti-current counters wax artist and he counters Naiad. Well, maybe not as much wax artist, but at least he can go through, like, you know, tight spaces while spinning the staff with a mini movement speed buff right there, which is why, like, for this acrobat, I think it's more of a preference right here. Giving the Seer to Hui, well, I guess it is what it is at the end of the day now, with that very nice Tommy outfit right there. But from what I'm seeing as well with the players in general, Lan, entomologist, yes, he does main him. Iron does main dash, and then Hui with Seer. Okay, fair play. We're not going to come out with the anti-current, then he has to come Seer and allow MK to choose what he plays best. And it does seem like we're going to go for an acrobat, which is a better option right here. And then from the Japan side, it does seem like we'll have a few supporting scars. You can see the cultural difference. You can genuinely see the cultural difference. In CN, we all were like phoned. In Japan, they're like all elegant. You can see the huge cultural difference, which is really nice to see between like CN and JP. But from what I'm seeing right here as well, Miraike will be coming out with a Naiad. Naiad wouldn't be too bad against his team comp, but I guess Acrobat actually full-on counters Naiad. So you no, this team just counters Naiad way too hard. I would rather see wax artist chase after Seer or something like that. I would rather see wax artist chase after Seer, chase after forward, chase after acrobat, because wax artist can definitely chase after them. For forward, I think you need to use a third of a ball to get out of the abyss, but anything aside from that, you're kind of fine. As of now though, it does for me, myself and I think bring 2 tides isn't bad, even though I do suggest Acro with the only one who has tide, and then allow Iron to bring Flywheel. I think letting Iron bring Flywheel is a better option compared to anything else, considering that they know that it'll be a Naiad. But of course, Iron wish, the forward wish, and window speed boost also isn't too bad as well, in all honesty. It's not too bad, it's not too bad. But as we do see here as well, it does seem like we're going to allow Acrobat to spawn at the most dangerous area. Well, this kind of forces Miraike to spawn in 2-story though, doesn't it? Even though Seer is going to be able to rotate in towards Graveyard, that simply means that Naiad will have to expend 2 harpoons in order to look for Seer. But by the time that you see Seer, Seer already has Owl. So this is a mini problem right here, depending on where Seer will rotate. But it does seem like Naiad wants to spawn by double L. Oh wait, no, never mind, sorry. Oh my god, I thought They gave me a really weird perspective of the map. I thought Acro spawned by Tram. Oh, well, never mind. Does seem like Miraike will be spawning at double 11. And yeah. Oofus doofus, as they say. But anyways, now then, this will be Day 5 Match 1 Game 1 first half of Scars versus WBG. We'll be having Miraike coming out as Insidious Detention with Blink, and of course there will be one Tide, and then the two Flywheels, and then of course Seer with a Windows Speed Boost. This will be WBG versus Scars. Now then, onto the game we go. It does seem like Miraike here decides that he wants to start off going into middle instead of looking for the Seer. Personally speaking, I feel like if you do decide to chase after this here, it might be a better option. But here it does seem like we want to full on and full force go towards the entomologist. Now, the problem with the ento is if the ento can successfully hold a choke point against a Naiad, Naiad will be forced to harpoon back, right, to get rid of the bees, and during that time Long can just take back the bees, which is why entomologist, generally speaking, does hurt Naiad quite a bit. But from what I'm seeing right here as well, with Miraike's side deciding to throw another harpoon out there, as we do see, but Lon is at a little bit, well, he's not at too much of a dangerous situation, but he does need to basically get off. Oh well, no, we're not. Can we get off the bees? We decide not to get off the bees. Now then, that's going to be a 2-hit immediately on towards our no, that's not that much of a great idea. I feel like if Lon walked back and then allow Naiad to, like, even though it opens phase 2, but if you can allow Naiad to go into like attack recovery animation, I still feel like it may be a better option compared to giving away all your bees. As of now though, Lon not having that much bees remaining, it does seem like they're playing it very safe. We will have Flywheel out. Flywheel will not be coming out right there. Flywheel will not be coming out right there. Won't really blame Lon for his decision there, considering the fact that maybe Naiad will not actually get Flywheel, will not actually blink out, just so the Flywheel can be baited out. But at least we still save a Flywheel here to, let's say, camp in double 11, which is currently nearby. Now, with one Cypher machine almost being done from MK's side, it does seem like our Acrobat has already rotated in towards 2-story. Meanwhile, Seer will be decoding that 95% Cypher left by the Acrobat. With that Cypher machine being done for the survivors here, they can definitely sell to guarantee the tie. All they need is a one-man escape, but you know what, the more points the better, in all honesty. For our forward as of now as well, saving the Tide isn't that much of a bad idea, considering the fact that they have only 2 Cypher machines remaining. But for Miraike right here, he knows that he needs to get more, but if he wants to get more, he needs to force the survivors and leave the chair to do as much as possible for he himself and sorry, lol, couldn't find out the word, but we're missing 1.5 Cyphers. We're currently missing 1.5 Cyphers. This entomologist has to be sold. And this Seer cannot decode anymore. I think that's just the biggest issue here as of now. Unless Ford is going to be the main containment or Acrobat is going to be the main containment, the Seer actually cannot decode. Reason one being the fact that if Seer decodes, now will chase after Seer immediately, and Seer having no items left on his hand simply just means that he may get instant downed. Therefore, not having enough time to decode the Cypher machine. Meanwhile, they're still missing a full Cypher machine. For Seer right here being found, it's not too bad considering the fact that we're quite far away, and Forward is currently nearby, able to assist. The 4 Cypher is almost done, but for Seer right here, taking the Windows Speed Boost is kind of what matters here the most. Does he have any owls? He does not have any owls. He also doesn't have Flywheel, but at least gets a normal hit over the pallet, and of course the pallet is done right there. Seer gaining 10% of an owl right there, almost, well, 90% left out of 100, I guess. Wait, no, he's at 50%, sorry, my bad, but 74% moisture level, should be able to get a normal hit right here. What is more unfortunate for me is the fact that they down near Acrobat Cypher, but at least Iron is still nearby. We can allow the forward to, like, this will waste like 10 seconds, bare minimum, this will waste 10 seconds, because you need to make a good abyss, right? And if you can buy 10 seconds, that's like, how are we putting this wall? I'm so confused. But like, if we can buy 10 seconds, misses the blink. Okay, if we can buy 10 seconds, it's like, it's basically speaking, you bought like 10% extra decoding time, and that's great. Buying 10 seconds compared to leaving 10 seconds with Seer on chair. We can now rescue Seer before half and then Cypher will be primed. But what we're seeing as of now as well though, it's just the fact that the Cypher is near the 2-story gauge and Seer is going to be chaired near the 2-story gauge. As of now, we are going to heal the Seer, and it seems like we're going to slug for endgame. Slugging for endgame here isn't that much of a great idea for me, right, in my personal opinion, because like all the survivors have to do is Seer opens a completely new Cypher. This Cypher will be continuously locked because Naiad needs to keep looking at this Cypher, and then we're going to have like, you know, Iron looking for items. We're going to have an Acrobat who's not going to use items at all because he basically has 5 balls. He's at least allowed to use 1, but if he doesn't want to use 1, that's fine, but he has 5 balls. Why? He decoded 1.5 ciphers, he contained Naiad for 60 seconds, and then he has 3 initially. That's 5 balls there for you. But with Ford here utilizing his ball, I mean, he still does have half a ball left, and Acrobat here is basically just base. Right, Acrobat here is just to give you pressure, say, oh, you want to chase after my teammate? Here, look, I'm decoding. Here, come chase after me. Here, look at me. Just the attention seeker that Acrobat is. Now then, Acrobat rotating away from the Cypher right now. Cypher pushing being at 96%. I mean, that is technically speaking primed. But with the survivors right here as well, they probably will be needing the forward to go either near the exit gate or the Acrobat to go either near the exit gate. But we'll have moisture burst down right there for deciding that he wants to save his ball. Deciding to popping the Cypher here is really good, considering the fact that there is detention and Naiad failed blink in a nutshell. Not allowing Naiad to get blink up simply just means that this is basically speaking a guaranteed tie. I would even dare to say there's a huge chance for this to be a 3-man escape, considering the fact that Iron has that many ball on his hands. 88, 89, 90, 95, 97, 100. Can everyone out? Oh, well, it's a little bit unfortunate, but a tie is still a tie. Let's congratulate WBG for winning round 1, and of course a tie for me. Okay, moving on towards second half we go. No, round 2 we go.